So lessons learned. For us, at least in the Malaysian context, these are the key areas that we feel would have helped us tremendously if we have had it in place from the beginning. But of course, we learn from our mistakes. And unfortunately, for Malaysia, we haven't been very good at reflecting. So we went through a lot of mistakes and we repeated a lot of those mistakes because I don't know if it's culturally, we don't reflect very much. We have come to realize that we need to do that, and we're looking at putting in place ICT in education policy now. We have a lot of policies: policy for computerization, policy for connectivity in schools, policy for the 88 smart schools, but they're all policies in their own right. So we need an umbrella policy that will actually put together all these projects as one project, and where we can actually integrate, so that our stakeholders won't be confused, because they said to me sometimes, oh, I can't use that lab because that's for smart school. I can't use SchoolNet for smart school because that's for SchoolNet. So they take things to the extreme because they have policies, specific policies for a specific project. So now I am working with MOE to develop that umbrella ICT and education policy. And ladies and gentlemen, a blueprint does not necessarily translate into a policy. So at least in the case of Malaysia. And I've been telling MOE that no, that is not a policy, and that's why our project is not recognized by other divisions at MOE, because that's one specific division doing it. So it is that division project. So we need an umbrella ICT and education policy. Second, outcome driven. When we first set out to do the Smart School project, as you can see from our objectives earlier, they are very safe and they are very broad. No specific outcomes. As I mentioned earlier, at least from the Malaysian experience, we've got to be focused. It doesn't matter, even if the focus is very, very narrow, but at least you can see the impact and move on from there to another focus. So right now, the government wants to see return in investment. So we have to make sure that teachers are using it meaningfully. For example, improving learning outcomes, so be it, and what kind of learning, for what subject, so whether or not we have to focus to that level, so we are deciding. So it has to be outcome driven, and it shouldn't be dictated by technology. So we had gone in, ladies and gentlemen, admittedly, very much technology driven. A decade ago when we started, that's way before I joined. So hopefully we can change that. It's never too late. As I said, it's a journey. So it shouldn't be dictated by technology. It should be dictated by what outcomes you want to achieve. And third, it's people first. That's the, people should be the overriding element in the policy, in your outcomes. People first. The outcome is related to people, the policy is for the people, and delivering it is the people. And the beneficiaries are the people. So people first, not technology again. And I think what has helped us throughout this journey, although we had failure at the beginning with the 88 Smart School, but what actually had helped us to find the direction is we're able to build our own standards. Of course, we looked around all over the world, but we have to come up with something that fits our needs. So the standards actually, or for the lack of a better word, or the guidelines or framework has helped us tremendously in guiding the schools, guiding the head teachers, guiding the teachers, and guiding the parents on what's expected of them. Putting technology in school doesn't mean there will be automatic uptake of it. They need to know what's in it for them. They're already getting the A's. In Malaysia, we're so exam-oriented, we're so academic-centric, and to use anything new to them is getting in the way. I want to make sure I get as many A's as possible. And you tell me, if ICT can ensure that my students will get those A's, I will use it. So my job is also to show that, and these indicators have helped. And with the rural schools, benchmark rural schools, the impact is far clearer that ICT does have a place in ensuring improved learning outcomes. We can't see that clearly with the high-performing schools because they are already high-performing schools to begin with. So the rural benchmark smart schools have really shown that it is, ICT has a place. So Nancy had also provided a guideline that what advice we would give to other people in other countries who would like to embark on such a nationwide implementation. But to me, I think I dare not even say what, because I think each country has its own unique requirements, and below that, beneath that, you have schools that have their own unique requirements. So I dare not even say any particular strategy that you can consider. But if a Malaysian experience is of any reference, these are the key strategies that at least we believe would have helped us tremendously, only we had known them earlier. But ladies and gentlemen, the Malaysian journey, although it's almost a decade now, has only just begun. And thank you for your audience.